Our next speaker is Edna J. White. We're gonna, yes, and her talk is on the power of authenticity, how to live a life that is true to yourself. So let's give her a
Come on now, do it better than that.
Hello everyone, come on and put your hands together for yourself. Oh, y'all can do better than that. I heard you were worth $45 million. I heard that, that's what I heard. So, my name is Edna White. I am a speaker. I'm also an author of 25 books, not making $10,000 a month yet. But I'm going to be working on it. And I'm also a change agent. I have so many other things that are going on in my life, but I love changing. I love talking about change. I specialize in trauma, unresolved trauma, and childhood trauma. I am a survivor of childhood sexual abuse, and I've learned to thrive.
Yes.
So here's my story.
Yes.
You ready?
Yes.
So why am I here talking about authenticity? So, I'm driving home from church. Driving home. I'm mad because nothing is going right. I done prayed, shut in, I done fasted. All those beautiful things. I was a co-pastor for 29 years. Nothing was going right. Driving home. All of a sudden, out of the clearing, 2 deer jump out. One jumps in my car, on top of me, jumps out. I try to go and swerve around the second one, break my wrist, hit one car, pull away from that car, hit a pole. The engine of my car comes on and crushes this entire side. 48 days in the hospital. So I thought I was going to heaven because I did all the right things, but I was mad. I was mad and angry. What's going on? My kids went to church, dragged them, they didn't want to go, they went. If I could have took the dog, I would have took them. But I thought I did all the right things, but I wasn't living my true self. I had the titles, co-pastor, evangelist, all of that good stuff. You know, making waves in the community. But guess what? It wasn't my title. That's not what God assigned me. It was given to me by somebody else. So how I'm talking about authenticity is the fact that I lived 29 years faking it because I thought I was making it. Okay? I had a whole, let me tell you, in my mind, I had a house I could see my house in glory, paved with gold. Ain't nobody living there but me, because I'm bad. You know, I got it all made. That's how I felt. I was treating people wrong, because I'd walk past you, be like, yes I did. I sure did. You know what? I did. And God had to stop me. I brought that energy to me for that accident, but I tell everybody that was the best day of my life. The best day. Now, I'm going to tell you this. We know who we hurt. When I thought I was dying, when I was laying looking like a cooked chicken, one leg broke over here, the other one laying over this way, and when I saw that, and they said 20% to live, I told my daughter, I couldn't even talk, both lungs was collapsed. I wrote down everybody that did me harm. I said, go get them. I told them to go get them. She brought them all by my bedside. So when I talk about forgiveness, I'm sorry, I know about it. I know about it, and I'm telling you, that point in my life changed my whole life. So if I stutter when I speak, I do not care what you think about me. If y'all think I need a girdle, I do not. If you think I need to wear heels,
yourself.
Don't ever think I care. Because I don't.
That's it.
I've been through the storm. I learned a lesson. So if you don't ever talk to me, that's why I went over there. I'm gonna mess with her. If you don't ever talk to me, you sitting over there, I'm coming right over. Okay? And I'm gonna mean every bit of it. I'm gonna mean every bit of it. Authenticity, the power of authenticity turns your life around. Let me tell you, I started a podcast. I didn't know what I was doing. Had no idea. Telling my story. It is number 96 in iTunes. And on listen note, number 5. 5 to 6. I did that. I didn't know I did it. I didn't know I did it, but I had a message to tell people. I wanted to talk about trauma. Now I go to the schools and I talk to kids about their behavior. Because see, we as adults, there's 2 things we do. We act out.
Yes.
Come on now.
Yes.
You know we can act a little bit ugly.
Yes.
We can act ugly, especially if somebody tells you something you don't want to hear. Oh, but don't let them tell you about their business, about your business. That's my baby. She can't tell me nothing about my business because I'm the one that brought it up. You don't want to hear nothing about that, right? Children. I have a young girl now that I'm coaching. You wouldn't believe it. We're talking about trauma now, right? You wouldn't believe it. But she's mad at her mama for marrying her father who forgets about who she is. Heavy. Heavy, right? You never think of that stuff. Your kids might be acting up. Something you done did.
Yeah.
And then we mad at them. Oh, you better get your act together.
Yeah.
Can't get your act together, right? So the power of authenticity, it helps you live your life to the fullest. Can you move the slide a little bit, please?
Next slide.
Next slide, please. Come on, darling. Come on. We got it. All right. Becoming your authentic self is a process. It's about digging deeper than you want to, on your own. See, coaches can tell you, counselor can tell you. You can even tell me, you better fix yourself. But guess what? Who got to do it? You sure do. And it don't look good when you look in that mirror and go, oh, girl, you was an ugly thing. How I'm behaving is an ugly thing. You gotta be able, and authenticity is not about being, what people want to say, oh, don't wear makeup and all that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about be honest with yourself. Be real honest with yourself. Why am I acting up? Why am I mad when somebody tells me no? Why am I upset when things don't go my way? Why am I behaving badly when my supervisor says you did this incorrectly? Why am I upset? Why am I upset with the sister who walks with her short haircut? Like this. I'm looking at her. Is she some? Why am I upset with her? Why am I upset? You have to recognize the truths, not in nobody else, but in you.
That's right.
You got to recognize them, and when you recognize them, you rectify them. That's it. Simple as that. Rectify them. Because then you're going to start to see what? You're going to start to stand up. And then what you're going to do? You're going to act erect. Because when you're acting unseemly, you can just tell by the posture. It's like, oh, look at her. She thinks she's cute with this dress on. She don't know. You think you're something too. It's 2022. I know that. You gotta catch those things in your brain. You gotta catch them before they come out your mouth. But even when you catch them here, say, nah, man, I ain't talking about that sister, because that sister got my back. That sister gave me a high five. That sister gave me some information. So you start to respect. You start to get respect and freely give it. Nobody has to give it to you. You freely give it. It's free. I could just dive over here and give you a hug. It's free. It's respect. And you have confidence. Next slide, please. Now, I can't even see that because that's terrible. I can't see that. One baby, my baby. Okay, here we go. Leave me alone. Okay, leave me alone. authenticity. I volunteer. I volunteer in the community. I'm the president of a chamber, and also I am over an economic development and housing board for the NAACP. I can go and sit with a politician. They say, Edna, how do you think I'm acting today? So, well, first you gotta pay me. Right? You ask me for my rights, you gotta pay me. But I can tell them anything. Because guess what? They'll say to me, Edna, you're real sincere. You don't mean no harm. So I can tell you, you don't look good today. You look very white today. Get that together. You're gaining weight. Get it together. Now, I need to lose weight, but that's a point. You asked me a question. Okay? So, when you have sincerity, don't laugh at me. I'm trying to say something now. Okay? The science behind it, Mr. Science Man, is sincerity. Okay? When it comes from a place of sincerity and not malice, right? You will be able to say what you want to say to whomever you want to say it to and never hurt them. Ooh, how quiet? That's true. You can say it to them. It won't upset them. It's the science behind it with that energy that you're talking about that's going to make people do what they need to do. That's it. I've learned that through that whole accident. And let me tell you another piece of that. I went to was in hospital, didn't know I couldn't talk. You know, I'm being, what's that, who just talked about being bossy and all of that stuff? The four things. I wanted to be the boss, right? So I'm telling the doctors what to do to me. So put my leg over here. I need air. Tell them all this stuff. So I'm in the hospital. And so they transferred me I had to go to one hospital to get one thing done, then they had to transfer me to another hospital, then I went to rehab. So I get there, so I'm thinking I'm just amazing. So I get there. What do I wake up and look for? Guess. No. The Bible. How do I look for the Bible? I was like, I can't be without my Bible. Because I thought I was something. I'm looking for the Bible. Out of all of what was happening to me, think about that. I'm looking for the Bible because they're not going to know who I am without the Bible. Now here I am, legs stretched over with the words between it, arms up like this, and I'm looking for the Bible. Come on. Right? It doesn't make any sense. The things we think. And know what that is? That driving force that makes you want to think that you're better than anybody else? Ego. That's it. That's ego. It makes you think that you're better or better than society, and you have the science behind everything, so you're gonna bribe your way into heaven. You're gonna bribe your way because you want to do it. You're gonna act like royalty. They take your crown and put it crooked or right or whatever they say, and put it on, and you will go back on in those pearly gates. But there's part of the scripture that says, be very careful who you entertain, because you entertain angels unaware. Next slide, please. So, now keep going. Sorry to do that. Keep going, dear. Okay, so common among these different perspectives is the notion that there's something about a person that represents who they are. We just talked about who they are, right? We all have this perception of who we are. Whether it be stature, money, whatever we do, the degrees, what we're talking about today, all those degrees that we get, I have decided I'm not going back to school, so don't anybody ask me to do it. Okay? I think I got enough experience now. That's enough. If we can only find the true self hidden behind the false self, in back of all that we are, those pieces, all those pieces. The way we dress, the way we look, the way we wear our makeup, all those things, the way people told us to act, the way our moms talk to us, maybe the way our fathers talk to us, the way the abusers messed us up. Behind that is a real authentic life. Behind that. And so, in order for God to get to my real self, because I couldn't find it, guess what he had to do? Break it. Okay? So behind all of that, next slide. How am I doing for time?
Got 5 5 minutes.
Oh, 5 minutes. You know I can do it in 5 minutes on the camera. Okay. So why should I become my authentic self? All that you all are teaching us today or tomorrow, this is why you have to be your authentic self. Because you will get where Teray says you're going to get. You will listen to her. You will listen to all of us. You'll take all the information in because then you will be your authentic self. You know what? I don't have it right. I'm not perfect. I don't want to be a perfectionist. I don't want to control everything. I don't. I want a man to just control things for me, so to put my feet up. Yeah, no, stop playing, y'all. Y'all know that. You know I'm right. So, okay, but that's authentically being myself. I want that. Why should I become authentic? I'm not getting a man if I'm not authentic.
Yeah, man. Hello.
It's not. I'm not making no money if I'm not being authentic.
Hello.
I'm not doing anything if I'm not being authentic. I had to really look at that. How will I know when I am self-aware? Well, let me just tell you this. You will say, as soon as you do something wrong, I look at you crooked. Ooh, should have did that side. Hey, girl, fix that right now. Jesus, in your name. You know, you start to fix things. You become aware of what you do. You become so aware of it that it's automatic. So as soon as I do something, I know, sheesh, gotta fix that. If I misbehave, I have to do something about that. The other day, I won an award for Distinctive Woman of the Year. So I called the no, it's bad. I called this assembly woman and said, how many people can I bring? Because I had like 10. She's like, oh, well, you only allowed 2. I said, 2? I said, can I speak to somebody over you? And well, the good thing was, she was very amiable. She said, okay, we're going to do a recount and be able to do that. But I caught myself. I said, ooh, I should have said that. Not that she was an assembly woman, but the way I said it, I should have said it. So I said, can you please just go back into a recount, and it's smoothed over. So you become so self-aware. You got to, as soon as you know, you're just gonna know. You're gonna know that. Now, is it worth it? Let me tell you, hell yeah. This is the happiest I've been in my whole life. And all you guys looking at me, I'm like, we don't give a flying. You know. There you go. But all of us have our own things, 2 minutes, great. And all of us have our own things. So what we need to do is go to the next one. So this is what we need to do. Go to the next one, please. Keep going. Okay. Lead a fully connected life. Connect with people for real, right? Connect with them for real. Have a relationship you'll have a relationship that will be stronger and more connected. When you start to have relationships with people, and first have a relationship with yourself. That's the most important. I'm telling you, I didn't have a relationship. I didn't like nothing about myself. I love everything about myself now. I love everything. Fallacies and all. So you have to become true to yourself and love yourself. Your confidence is going to grow, you're going to be strong, and you're going to live a life connected with values and truth, because most of the time we don't even know who we are. That's a big thing. So I rushed through this, but I wanted to tell you my story, but my name is Edna White, and thank you all for letting me do So I have 5 books. And this book was published by a publisher who paid me because I did such a great job of getting women together. And there's 25 women in this book that all over the country. And we did it during the pandemic. We lost 2 people during the pandemic to the pandemic. So there's 5 books here. I guess you can give them away.